It all started when we started noticing that Sammy started to get very thirsty. He was a little lethargic sometimes, and he would get up at night, maybe at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and he would want a lot of water. He would say, "Mommy, I'm thirsty." He would drink water and he would still be thirsty. So when we started noticing that, we decided to check on Google about those symptoms, and it said that it may be diabetes. So we went to the doctor and we asked her for a glucose check, and she told us that immediately after the glucose test, she said that he had diabetes because his blood sugar was very high. It was almost in the 500s. We immediately took him to the hospital. He started on insulin, and that's where it all started.
So we got to the hospital. We spent 4 days at the hospital, where it was more to train us into how to deal with the condition more than him being in danger. So we got a crash course into diabetes management, and our lives changed and haven't been the same ever since. We are constantly monitoring his blood sugar. He wears a sensor he has to wear every day that takes a measurement every 5 minutes. He has 4 injections of insulin per day. He's a small kid. He's 6 years old, and he has to interrupt his daily activities in order to make sure that he's within the range that he needs to be to avoid complications. And obviously, the needles and the injections hurt him a little bit, and they're finger pricking, which is about 5, 6, 7 times a day we have to finger prick and make sure that we understand what these levels are. So that's more or less the day-to-day. So these are some of the diabetes supplies that we use. This is the one of the insulin pens that he uses. This is what the insulin is at. These are the needles. They go on here, and he takes it subcutaneously, so it's either with in his belly, his back, his arms, anywhere where there's a little bit of fat, you can do an injection. Yeah. So what I'm doing here is I'm doing a finger prick. Clean it with we do this about 6-7 times a day. I was cleaning it with a little bit of alcohol. This is called a Lancet. We draw blood. It's a little needle. Draw a little bit of one drop of blood, and then we take a measurement with the glucose tester here, and we get a reading, 106, which is a really good reading actually. And then we administer the insulin based on the reading, and change the dose based on what he's going to eat and what he's going to do, because physical activity lowers blood sugars in general, so you got to adjust the dose, bring it down a little bit. So this is another of his insulin pens, the one that has the long-lasting insulin. What I'm doing here is prepping it for injection, cleaned it with a little bit of alcohol. We do this 4 times a day. Again, we insert the needle. You have to prime it, make sure it's got drug inside the needle, right? Put the cap on it, and then we adjust the dose that we're going to do, which is 3 units, and then we go here. Right, where there's a little bit of fat, right, subcutaneous again. We clean it, and we give him the shot. We count to 10 to make sure that it's being absorbed by the fat. Pull the needle out, clean it, we're done. We do that 4 times a day, every time he eats, and right before bedtime.